What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Rumour of the Wrexham. This is episode number 59, and we're coming off a pretty monumental episode for us. We absolutely smashed our club transfer record, splashing out £8.1 million plus Alex Hartridge on the centre-back Jacob Greaves from Hull City, who you can see there are bottom of the table, really suffering without their best centre-back now. We also rounded off the transfer window by selling Tom Williams and Lloyd Humphreys. We unfortunately had deals for Fotheringham, Hayden and Folds all fall through, players that we were looking to get off our books. But, you win some, you lose some. I like that, it kind of is realistic where some transfers will fall through, unfortunately. So, as we see here, the Carabao Cup third round draw, if we'd beaten Palace, we would have faced City at home. What a tasty tie that would have been. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. In terms of on the pitch, we beat Derby, but then we drew with Bolton and Coventry and got dumped out of the Cup by Palace, as we mentioned. Unfortunate one against Palace. We took them to penalties with a completely rotated side, a Premier League team that had a lot of quality. Unfortunately, we couldn't go through on spot kicks like we did in round one. In today's episode, we're going to take on Charlton, West Brom, Leeds and Preston as we go through the month of September, focusing solely on our championship form as we look to push for promotion this season to the holy grail that is the Premier League. Well, Charlton, we are unchanged to the side that drew with Coventry, taking on a struggling Charlton team who have shipped a lot of goals. And we were looking to take advantage of that very early on, winning possession back straight away. Vata found in behind, but the flag denied him the goal scoring opportunity. But I recognised that Charlton were vulnerable, they were low in confidence, and I wanted to take advantage of this early on and silence the Valley crowd. And Lowry would find Jewison Bennette with a beautiful ball over the top. First shot blocked, but he gets his own rebound, and Jewison Bennette with his first goal contribution of the season. And we have the lead just 6 minutes in. A great ball from Lowry, who's been fantastic. We've given him that cam spot over Elliot Lee this season, and he has been flourishing. And you can see Lowry involved again, dispossessing the defender before finding Paul Mullin, whose shot is well saved. 24 minutes in, the pressure continues to rise. Regier with a beautiful ball looking for Bennett, who's looking for his second goal of the game, but he is denied by the defender. Ball given away though, and Jewison Bennette finds Alex Lowry, looks to bend it in. Great save from the Charlton keeper. It is all Wrexham right now as Bennett swings in the ball, and there is PM10. Bennett hadn't had a goal contribution in the first 7 games. Whoa, don't know what happened with the camera there. He now has 2 in the first half. Paul Mullin with his 5th goal of the season, and all 5 have been headers. How weird is that? One of those weird stats that you read about. Paul Mullin, first 5 goals of the season, all headers. But yeah, look, we're lethal from corners. We know that, and from crosses as well. And speaking of headers, we should have had a 3rd goal here from one, Rocco Vata's header. The Irishman coming in unmarked to the back stick, but his header goes just wide. Well, on the stroke of half-time, Jewison Bennette was all over this one. Dispossesses the team, finds Alex Lowry, who plays it back to Jewison, whose shot is saved, but Lowry gets the rebound. 2 kind of lucky goals, but you got to earn your luck right now. And Lowry with a goal and assist to start for this half. Jewison Bennette, I don't think he'll get the assist for that, but he has been influential in this one. Going into the second half, we made a couple of changes, knowing that we had a midweek game and this game was pretty much wrapped up. And with 13 minutes to go on the clock, Ismaila Koulibaly dispossesses the Charlton defence and puts the goal top bins. What a finish this is, by the way. His first goal in Wrexham colours. You couldn't tell, though, by that finish. My words. We peppered the Charlton goal. I could have shown you way more highlights of us absolutely firing shot after shot. But that was enough. 4-0 winners. Our most impressive win of the season so far. Dominant display, 3rd clean sheet in the last 4 as well. So it's nice to see, we tried to sell Wes Fotheringham, we tried to move him on. That didn't materialise. His move to Luton broke down. But, he's kind of responding now and saying, look, I'm keeping some clean sheets, maybe some mistake to try and sell me. So yeah, Bennett, man of the match performance, really announcing himself for this season as we move up into the playoffs. It is very early doors, though, 7 games in. Just 1 defeat. Very happy with that indeed. Up to 6th place right now. Leeds United 7-0-0, by the way. We are facing them in a couple games' time. They have a 100% record. Well, before that game, we would host West Brom at the Racecourse Ground. West Brom 11th right now, 2 wins, 3 draws, 2 defeats, but they have won their last 3 in all competitions. They're a bit in form right now, the Baggies, and they've also only conceded 5 goals in their 7 league games. We've conceded 1 in the last 4, so it could be a bit of a cagey affair, this one. Well, we make 3 changes to the side. The battered Charlton, Earl, Mendy and Smallbone come in. But it would be West Brom who would be the dominant team in these early stages, and they would fire themselves into the lead. 18 minutes on the clock. Carlon Grant, after a lucky bounce, I think it actually came off Paul Mullin. This guy just, no matter where the corner is or what end it is, he can't help but win the header. Unfortunately, it is for our disadvantage, as his deflection goes straight to Grant, who slots home the go-ahead goal. Grant would look for his and West Brom's second goal of the game, but Fotheringham comes up with a big save. But it would be West Brom that would just continue to press the issue, and Shalabar would find Wallace. Poor defending from Josh O, who's come into the side today, and Fotheringham is beaten down to his right-hand side. And West Brom have a 2-0 lead here. For a side that don't concede many goals, this is going to be tough to come back from. Well, Smallbone will find Paul Mullin, who's looking for his first goal that isn't with his head this season, but the keeper makes a smart save, and we head into the break 2-0 down, and this is a poor performance. Well, 5 minutes into the second, Lowry would find Vata. Those two have been electric to start this season, and Rocco would half the deficit and bring us back to within 1. Smallbone involved as well. I've been impressed with him since he's come in. He hasn't been given too many starts. Divine's been starting over him, but when he has started, Will Smallbone has impressed, I will be honest. And that is the perfect way to start this second half as we look to come from behind to equalise. Well, Jewison Bennette would once again be involved, and Smallbone, well, we said he'd had a good game. He grabs the equaliser, getting his first goal in a Wrexham shirt. Jewison Bennette winning the ball back twice, and then Smallbone, a great cultured finish, just caresses the ball into the far corner. A beautiful finish from the centre mid, and we are tied here 2-2. A much better second half here. We were awful in the first after our best performance of the season against Charlton. We then followed it up with probably our worst half of football so far, but the second half has been a great response. Jacob Mendy flying into the tackles as we have an odd man rush here. Lowry to Bennett. Can he find Paul Mullin? He's got men over on the right, but he takes the shot on himself and it's saved. Can we get anything from the rebound? Just a couple minutes to go on the clock. Bennett to Mendy to Vata. He looks to find Mullin, but it is hushed out. And then into injury time now. West Brom have the ball, but it's given away. Lowry finds Vata, and I was trying to play Lowry in there in behind, but Vata squared it all the way to Bennett, who actually won the header, but Lowry couldn't get on the knockdown. And the referee blows full time, and it is another draw for us. 4 in our first 8 games. Unlike the other ones, though, where we've been disappointed not to win, I think we did well there, After being 2-0 down at half-time and just being absolutely dominated by a West Brom side who are very stingy at the back, like we said, only conceded 5 goals in 7 games. We put 2 past them in the second half and, perhaps could have gone on and won it. But, yeah, good resilience from the side there to come back from 2 goals down at half-time and a very good second half performance. Well, we would drop out of the playoffs and into 8th right now. That promotion push is going to be very, very tight indeed. There's so many top quality sides up there. And I think that it's going to be a tough challenge for sure. But I think we've got the team to do it. I think we really can push for promotion this season. Well, after Matty Folds' move to the Spanish second division side fell through, we have a bid from Cosenza, an Italian second division side, Serie B side. Look, like we mentioned before, we need him gone. We haven't had any kind of realistic bids and his contract's running out. So I need to ship him on. And so we do accept that bid. So hopefully that deal comes through. Well, our third game of the episode would be Leeds United at Ellen Road. It's going to be a tough one. They are 8 wins from 8 in the league right now. 100% record. They did lose in the cup a couple games ago, but they've got some stars in their team. Joel Perot, 7 goals already this season. He's the league top scorer. And Ansgar Knuff, I think that's pronounced, the former Frankfurt winger. He was the August player of the month. 5 goals, 4 assists for the winger already. Back to our strongest 11 with Mendy, Owen, Smallbone dropped to the bench. This is going to be a tough game. We know this for sure. Well, the best way to silence a home crowd, grab an early goal. And Yuri Regier would find Jewison Bennette, who is finding form right now, Bennett's fourth goal involvement in his last three. Regier with another assist. This guy already is proven to be our player of the season. But the lead would not last long. Crescencio Somerville undressing Regier as well as Kwanzaa. I mean, he just danced around both our players, and then Peru with the awareness to sit down Fotheringham and slot it into the back of the net. And Peru has his 8th league goal of the season. Leeds have their equaliser, and the Elling Road crowd is up on their feet right now. And just before the half an hour mark, Chambers gives the ball away. Leeds exploit the gap left by him, and Peru would smash it home. A bit disappointed that he beat Kwanzaa so easily as well as Fotheringham from distance. But Leeds have a second, and well, do you know what? Fotheringham might have been at fault for the second goal, but he denied Leeds a third goal there. A great save denying Somerville Leeds' third. And I'll be honest, they absolutely peppered us. They turned the momentum around in this one, but we would equal the scoreline. Wes Fotheringham with a great ball out from the back. He finds he finds Bennett, who plays it into to Mullin. He finds Alex Lowry, and Lowry grabs his 4th goal in 9 games to bring us level in this one. A great Travella goal as well, outside the boot into the far corner. Fantastic finish from Lowry, who only scored 8 league goals last season, and he's already halfway to that mark. So it's great to see him being heavily involved in the goals early doors. Well, in the second half, it would be end to end. Fotheringham with the save. It was an absolute mess in our box, and then we would go down the other end. Koulibaly forcing the keeper to a smart save, and then Leeds would find that go ahead goal. Jorginho Ruta on for just a few minutes, a great shimmy, and he moves into some space, drops Greaves, and fires home what is potentially the winner. Meslier would tip across onto his own crossbar as we looked for the equaliser, but the game would be sealed. Wrexham would be handed just their second defeat of the season. Leeds would continue their 100% record, 9 wins out of 9, as that man Knuff would grab his 6th goal of the season already, his 10th goal involvement in just 9 games. What a game this was, by the way, so end to end. We went toe for toe with Leeds for most of the game, but they are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and if they're not promoted by the end of the season, I will be shocked, because they play with such an intensity, and it was very hard to defend against them. They pressed high. They really pressed the issue against us, and they looked very strong. And as you can see there, 9 wins from 9 for Leeds. What a start to the season it is for them. But no league is won in September. There's a long way to go. And despite us being handed our second defeat of the season, I don't feel too bad, to be honest. I think we gave it a good effort. But, just 3 wins in our first 9 games. Is that cause for concern? Half of those have been draws, so just need to turn those draws into victories. As we see, Matty Foles move to Cosenza confirmed, just shy of £600,000. He'll move in January. As we take on Preston North End, the hard games continue. Preston 4th in the league right now after 5 wins in their opening 9. They've only lost once as well, when they are 4-1-0 in their last 5. So it's going to be tough. We faced an informed side like Leeds. We're facing another one here in Preston, where we'd start this game looking to right the wrongs of the Leeds one, and we wanted to impress the Wrexham fans on our home patch. Alfie Devine with a first shot of the game, forcing Freddie Woodman, the former Newcastle shotstopper, into a save. Could we go ahead from the corner though? Jewison Bennette, who's been hot in form right now, he will swing in the corner. Can he find Paul Mullin, who could he grab his 6th headed goal of the season already? It's headed out, back out wide to Bennett. Can he find another cross? No, it's headed out. More out than away. Lowry keeps the ball in play. Greaves into Vata. Vata finds Yuri Regier with a beautiful ball in. Shot saved, but Regier gets the rebound. Oh my god, this kid is special. Shout out Ian Ritchie for this transfer suggestion. Regier has been phenomenal to start this campaign. He gives us a 1-goal lead. He is the star so far. He's made about 4 or 5 assists already, and now grabs his first goal. Kind of like the Jewison Bennette goal against Charlton. The first shot was saved, but he grabs his own rebound, and we take a 1-0 lead. And then 22 minutes on the clock. Jewison Bennette again involved. He whips in a beautiful ball in for Paul Mullin, who grabs his 6th goal of the season, and they've all been headers. That is just ridiculous. This man can't score with his feet, but luckily he can score with his head. So that is all good. Bennett's 5th goal involvement is in this episode alone. 4 games, 2 goals, 3 assists. It's nice to see Jewison has announced himself now after being quite quiet in the opening 6 or 7 games. Well, Preston would come back and grab, they would half the deficit just before the half an hour mark, best with he would collect his own rebound just like Regier and put it into the back of the net. Quite disappointing that we conceded Preston's first attack of the game, and then Fotheringham would have to be on his toes, making a really smart save to deny them an equaliser. And then in the second half, a great bit of skill from Jewison Bennette. He beats his man, but unfortunately can't be the keeper. And then towards the end of the game, Wall Smallbone with a great chance to steal the victory. His shot hits the bar, and then Bennette somehow doesn't put the rebound away. And will be left to rue that missed chance. Well, into the 1 minute added on, Preston whip a ball in. Woodburn forces a great save into the Fotheringham, and then Chambers, he can't get to the ball, but somehow the Preston man heads the ball over the bar with an empty net from about 4 yards out. I'm not sure what happened there. Fotheringham with a huge save, but somehow the header isn't put in, and we escape with all 3 points. A nervy ending after a dominant first half, but we move back to winning ways. 4 wins from our first 10 games. You know, I would like to improve on that. 4 wins, 4 draws, just 2 defeats though, which I'm happy with. In the first 10 games, only 2 defeats, 20 goals scored, 14 conceded. We're kind of getting better defensively, which is great to see as we look down the bottom. Bolton and Bristol City amongst 5 or 6 teams that have only won once this season. Hull down there struggling. As we mentioned, we took their best centre-back, so it's not a surprise that they're shipping goals and they're struggling in the league this season. But we move up to 9th. And, after 10 games, 4 wins, 4 draws, 2 defeats, I just want us to convert some of those draws into wins. And I think we'll be competing for promotion this season. Leeds go 10-0 to start the season. My God, are they ever going to get beaten? They've already got about a 7-point lead at the top. That is just crazy. But like we said, it's going to be a tough one this season. A lot of teams are flying. Swansea and Leicester are also unbeaten right now. It's going to be a tough one for promotion, but I think we're ready for the battle. Well, that's it for today's episode, guys. Episode 59. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the series. Make sure to like the video if you are. Sub to the channel if you haven't already, and if you're new around here. And I'll see you in episode 60 very soon.